12/2017.
You have reached Pueblo Combined Courts. Please listen carefully and select from the
Hi, I am calling to get the case number. I got a case that said they were filed from the Department of Revenue for taxes. However, Pueblo District Courts are not a tax court. So could you please look up this case number for me?
What's the case number?
16 CV 800182. My name is Dr. Heidi Woodick, Wodiuk.
Yeah, I do see that case. Department of Revenue. Looks like there's a judgment for $686.
Okay, but you guys never took me to court on January 12th, 2016. I was incarcerated. You never did due process. You never served me. You never took me to court on this case. And I have a letter from them saying that all the taxes were voided. How are you filing a judgment suit in a court that's not even a tax court?
Yeah, these are cases that the Department of Revenue files like all the time. Like if there's unpaid state income taxes, they just file like a case and they get a judgment and then the case gets closed pretty much and they just get a judgment for that amount.
Yeah, well, you never served me. Can I get proof of service? What day did they say they served me? You can't file a case without serving somebody.
These are, these are kind of different type of cases where they just kind of...
Who was the judge on this, on January 12th hearing?
There wasn't a hearing on January 12th or anything. It was just, that's when the case was filed.
Oh, it says there was a hearing. I have a paper saying there was a hearing and there was a judgment made January 12th, 2016.
Yeah, there's not a hearing date on it or anything. It's just there's not really much in these cases. They're just like a bunch of
okay. Well, then that's the due process violation.
It just goes through the court and they and there's a judgment. The judgment was like the February 4th.
All right. Who was the judge on the order? What's the judge's name?
There's no judge on that.
No judge?
No, it's kind of an administrative process. It's not really something that they're kind of an administrative type of process that the Department of Revenue does through the court.
Oh, so they have their own treason that they're doing, and they're going against the color of law and Constitution for due process? I mean, you still have the right to be heard and be served. What was the date of proof of service that they state they served me and where they served me?
There isn't anything in there on that.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, I will file in the court that the Department of Revenue stated that they voided all the taxes, so by issuing a judgment would be an act of treason. Somebody's doing some illegal stuff within the Pueblo courts, because the Department of Revenue and the taxes have their own tax courts, and Pueblo, Colorado is not a tax court. They're not a tax court.
Yes.
And then you don't have any... You're issuing judgments without a judge's order? And you're issuing stuff without giving me service? Are you guys insane?
Yeah, it's just an administrative process that they do, like, all the time, like, with unpaid state taxes.
So who was the officer or the person in the Department of Revenue that filed this? What's their name?
I don't know what the name of the person is. They just file, like, tons and tons and tons of these all the time.
And then never serve anybody?
It's not really like I don't know if it's like really a filed case necessarily. It's kind of, it's sort of administrative process that it's like kind of information that they transfer to the court, like,
all right.
Volume, like large volume.
Well, have you taken any paralegal classes or anything?
What do you ask?
Well, because if so, you need to report this to CBI and FBI, as this is a due process crime. This is a levy for war. These are illegal transactions that do not have merit by law, by the due process, which means you need to report to the FBI, as this is a major crime and a major heist that's occurring on all of us citizens without even making us aware of this. We have the right to be afforded the opportunity to be heard, and even these tax matters. You cannot just go do this stuff. We have a right to be heard and to be personally served and go upon a court that has the subject matter jurisdiction. And if you have any legal stuff, and since you're working for the court, I'm going to ask you, you have to report this to the FBI. It is required. I don't want you to go down for these judges. They are doing bank robbery.
No, there is a process, but these are different. These are, like I said, it's like a different kind of process.
It's still the same process, sir. It's still taxes. It's still IRS state taxes. The state taxes have their own state tax court.
All right. I'll let you talk to me. Hold on one second.
With the Pueblo Combined Court. I've stepped away from my desk for a moment. Would you please leave your name, telephone number, and a brief description of what I may assist you with? I'll return your call when I'm back at my office. Thank you. Please leave a message at the tone. When finished, you may hang up or press pound for additional options.
Hi, Chanel. This is Dr. Heidi Woodick. I'm calling on case 16CV800182. As I would like to know which judge in the Pueblo Combined Courts is hearing tax cases, as tax law is a specific law, and there is no judge in the Pueblo Combined Court that has the licensure or the court's jurisdiction to hear IRS and tax matters. So I'm bringing this to your attention, as this case was filed after the Department of Revenue stated that they vacated and voided all the taxes, yet you guys issued a judgment saying that I owe taxes, yet it's not heard by a judge but a committee who isn't even approved to do tax committee hearings, as the Department of Revenue is the one who is the committee for that. And I'm blown away. I want to call back 719-281-5748, as this is treason. It's a major crime. It's a federal violation, and it's a levy for war, acting and taking your courts as a business matter, and doing subject matter jurisdiction violations is a sedition of the law, which is treason. And you guys have issued illegal judgments on me when the Department of Revenue has a letter to me saying they vacated everything. So I want to know why you guys did a hearing January 12, 2016 without taking me when I was held in the Pueblo County Jail. And then you didn't take me to the court hearing on this matter, which is a serious matter. And you never personally served me. There's no personal service in this case, which is also another due process violation, violating my right to be heard, Constitution 2, Article 6. Every person has the right to be heard in every court in every hearing. So please give me a call. I'd like to address this with you, as I want to know who the people are on this committee doing tax hearings, as the clerk says that these are filed all the time in Pueblo and that they're getting illegal judgments. And I want you to report it to FBI. This is recorded. It is June 12, 2017. This is Dr. Heidi Woodick, 719-281-5748. And I'm calling on regarding the case on treason, filed 16 CV 8000182. Thank you.